MadAss 50. And if you want style, this is it. For a 50cc, it's great. It's got the look that people like. It's naked, basically. I like the 125. It's a lot better. It's got a lot more speed, a lot more power. But if you're on campus, if you're a state like North Carolina or Florida, and you don't want to have to buy a motorcycle, get a motorcycle license, this is it. Check it out.
Well, besides the ergonomics of the bike, the features of this Sachs MadAss 50 include a twin outlet underseat muffler. Basically, it's like a Ducati, but in a smaller version. And this applies to both the 50 and the 125. The LED taillights are a really nice feature. It's got Monoshock suspension and a tubular space frame, which is basically the fuel tank. Your fuel tank is what you're riding. The whole vehicle is a fuel tank. The front and rear disc brakes add nice security features. Basically, you're not going to worry about braking. You're going to be able to brake at the stoplight. And the spoke alloy wheels, which are fantastic as well. This final version that made it to the US has a much better LED and display system. It's got the digital display, the nicer mirrors, and I like the fact that you can change the handlebar. You can put an enduro or a motorcycle handlebar. It's extremely upgradable, and there's a lot of features out there for it. This unit has something for everybody, and it's really a dirt bike on wheels. It's a cross between an enduro, scooter, moped. It's hard to describe, and that's why it's a looker. I mean, people on motorcycles are going to be staring at you if you drive one of these. Now, the engine, the Sachs engine, is relatively unchanged from the version I saw about 3-4 years ago. I do like the suspension here on the tubular frame, and it really takes everything to a whole minimalist philosophy of design. I mean, it's taking it to the place where it's naked. You're basically riding a frame. There's no fuel tank, there's no plastics, there's no nothing. So it's like a scooter, but not a scooter, because it is a dirt bike engine. So something I like that Peirspeed did is that they've improved some of the components that originally came on the Sachs. I think it's a lot better than the one that I saw in Germany a couple of years back, and the twin headlights look a lot better than they used to. So it has that whole like futuristic retro feel. It's hard to explain, but again, you're going to get a lot of looks from motorcycle guys if they see you on the road here, because nobody knows what to make of it.
So a couple of cool features. You got the key that bends, so you can put it in your pocket, and also because it goes on the side. If you check it over here, it goes inside the side of the bike. So if you have a keychain or something, it's going to dangle. It's going to dangle out here. So you got to keep that in mind. It does bend a little bit. Now, I like the mirrors. They're a cool design. I would recommend getting some chrome mirrors, getting some different handles. I like that. You can always raise the bar too on the Sachs, which is something you can do here because it has a motorcycle handlebar. So aftermarket, there's plenty of little things that you can do. I've seen online, there's a couple of companies. MRP is going to have some stuff for the 125. The 50, it's iffy because it's a moped in most states, and this is competition for the Tomo. So once you start upgrading it, you get into a whole different class. We do have the jets for the carburetor, and remember, this is basically a cross between a moped and a motorcycle. It's naked like a motorcycle, it looks like a motorcycle, but it's still a moped. It's chain driven, it's not belt driven like a scooter. Also, this particular cylinder, we found it before on ATVs. So a lot of small ATV cylinder kits are going to work on this. All right, for the bike to turn on, it has to be on neutral. You're going to have to grab your hand, put it over here, and have to hold down the clutch and hit the button. Oh, wait, that's the horn. You're going to hit the other button, right under the Sachs logo. And now it's neutral. So look at my left foot. I'm gonna hit down for gear and slowly release the clutch and give it a little bit of gas. And that's how you go forward. And then after that, it's up, up. First up will be neutral, it's in gear, second up it's the second gear. And that's how you ride the MadAss. Now a couple of cool features, let's put it back in, really cool features is it has dual disc brakes just like a motorcycle. Like a Ducati or a super bike, it's got the exhaust underneath the seat. Check out the adjustable shock. So even if you're 250 pounds or 200 pounds or 150 pounds, that adjustable shock comes in handy. Especially on rural roads. Now, if you're on campus and somebody sees the bike and they start a conversation, the gas tank is part of the chassis, which is part of the interesting part about this bike, and you can tell it. There's no plastics. So if it falls down, it doesn't break anything, it doesn't scratch. This is all metal, which is great. You have solid metal, double welding, they've done a great job compared to the original Sachs that was presented at the Intermos show back in '03. So this has been improved upon. You can visit cobrasales.com. That's the importer, cobrasales.com. Check it out right there at the bottom, cobrasales.com. Great guys. They are doing a great job with Sachs, and we're highly impressed with the bike. Again, if you want to race, the 125 is probably a bigger engine and you can do a lot more upgrades with. The 50cc is a little bit more restricted, but it allows you to go on campus without getting that motorcycle license, and most universities want you to have a 50cc or less. So if you're at the University of Florida or if you're in Texas, sometimes on campus you pay a different rate, whether it's a moped or a motorcycle. So keep in mind when you're checking out the different universities, the differences between mopeds and motorcycles. All right, guys, let's check out some of the features, and make sure to visit us www.mrp-speed.com. First things first, though, you need to know how to change gears and use the clutch. It's not automatic, so you're going to have to get used to the clutching. So you have to step down with your left hand, push down for first gear, and that's up for second gear, third and fourth gear. You're really not going to get much speed until you get to fourth gear. That's my only impression of the thing, is that if you're looking for full automatic, this isn't it. This is a mini naked motorbike. Just imagine if Ducati had a little baby son in preschool, but he was the coolest kid in class. And that's what you're going to get with this little MadAss 50. It's cool, it's a fun moped, and if you want a naked looking bike, something to go head to head with the Tomos. You can always buy a better coil. MRP has these on sale on our website. You can get a better coil from one of our dealers. Only recommendation when riding the bike, keep your leg away from the header piece. That's why it has this little metal piece. The header that connects to the cylinder gets hot. But still, watch out. Especially with a passenger, you don't want them leaning on the header. It does get hot.
Besides standard exhausts and other upgrades a lot of people go for, you can also get the coil from MRP, chrome mirrors. We have the LED grips, which are pretty cool features that you can add, or the lights for the LEDs for the tires. You can also buy Enduro tires. We have different size tires if you want to get a little experimental. That I've seen some people have bought classic Honda dirt bike accessories for it because it does have a dirt bike engine. So there's lots that you can do to your MadAss. It's a great vehicle. Cobra Sales, Peirspeed has done a great job with the Sachs MadAss. Go out and try one today.